Hello, everybody. Here's another Rev Talk with Reverend Beverly and Reverend Kim. We look forward to you and discussing gratitude and what it actually means and what the world would be like if we didn't have it. Take it away, Kim.
Oh, that's awesome. I love how you said that. Throw that little twist in there. There we go. So, the message is about gratitude, and the explanation, a little explanation behind that is because I drew a card from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, which is a really cool deck. I haven't used it very often. So, when I saw that the last quarter moon was tonight, I pulled that card, and the card is gratitude. So the message, and I'm just going to read the very beginning part of it in the affirmation, but the message is be where you are and be thankful. There is always something to be grateful for, no matter your suffering. Gratitude raises a lower vibration to a higher one. Do not allow yourself to be surrounded by too many negative people. Life is conspiring for you. And the affirmation is I joyfully turn my attention to what I am grateful for. And I think that's kind of an important to joyfully turn your attention to what you are grateful for. And we were talking about things that kind of jump started our day, things that, maybe you wake up from, having a dream. I know I've had some dreams where I wake up and I'm annoyed as soon as I wake up because of the dream, which is, I guess, a little ding to say, you can change this yourself. You don't have to stay annoyed. You can turn that around and be grateful for whatever message it was that came through for you, in that dream. And, also a matter of saying, our gratitudes. What are we grateful for every single morning? And it's like the snowball effect where you start with something small, like I'm grateful for the lights. I'm grateful for being able to flip a switch and have lights, and continue on that, and it begins to grow and grow. And while you're saying your gratitudes, while you're saying all the things you're thankful for, there's no room for negativity to join in.
What are the Beatitudes? Aren't those grateful statements?
I don't know. Let me look that up here a moment. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah,
But
I just because that's like a prayer that they say, the Beatitudes, and I thought that like being grateful for, and that goes way back in history.
the Beatitudes, the blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth.
See, that's what you're saying, though. You've got a problem. You've got something that's upset you. Be thankful for it. Blessed are these things.
Right. You're right.
So that's exactly what it was saying back then in their terminology. And when we go among other people and all we hear is all their drama and everything that's going on in their life, and we're just, you have to be thankful that they have us to expel to.
Right. Absolutely. And yes, for us to be able to hold that space for them,
Correct.
to vent or to ask advice if they do so.
That's the hardest thing that I have. And I've done really well. I literally bite my tongue because I've got all this stuff going on with my kids, and they think I'm being mean. So it's better not to say something because they'll figure it out, and be grateful that they actually can talk about it, because the more you talk about your problems, the more solutions come forth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that phrase my mother used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And it used to, as a kid, I was like, well, I don't like that at all. And it's true. It's true. If,
It's
why
okay.
would you want to say something nasty?
Well, he did it to me.
They, he started it. He started it. Exactly. There's that whole back and forth.
Uh-huh.
My mother would say, well, then I'm going to finish it. Like, run.
Oh, we knew what that meant. Yep. Like you
Exactly.
said that, I always go back to the 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your words. Something so simple.
It is. It is. And it seems to be so difficult too. Be impeccable with your words. And it all comes to like timing, like space, like be impeccable with your words. It doesn't mean, what that means to me is that you don't need to continue that conversation as quickly. You can pause and think about what it is you want to say before saying it.
That's something I've learned in all the classes is to breathe before. In other words, don't react.
Right.
Breath and respond.
Right.
Sometimes it doesn't come, and you don't need to be the last one to say something on the subject.
Right.
And you don't need to take anything they say to you personally.
Right.
You need to just let it go, because if you let it go, it'll come back to where it's supposed to be. And it sure in the heck's not me,
Right.
And that's the hard, I mean, it's so easy to give advice, but it's awful hard to do it.
Well, that's why the pausing, I think, is important. Is you don't have to fill up the empty space of a conversation with words or sound all the time. If you're going to be impeccable with your words, you need to slow the conversation down so that your higher self and your brain can catch up, rather than, like you said, reacting and just like bleh, saying something.
But that's exactly right. You become one with the universe before you respond. And
And
that's really something we should all do.
and the gratitude for that comes from knowing that the universe is always with you. Always, every step of the way, you are never alone. So you don't have to rush in. You can wait for the messages to come in for you. And if you don't know, it's okay to say you don't know.
I've gotten really good at saying I don't know something, because everybody expects me always to have answers. And there's so many variables out there now and so much going on that you have to really think twice. You really do. An example of that was Washington's a horrific state for family care. If you spank your child in the mall and someone complains to social services, they'll take your child away. Child doesn't go to the grandparents. They'll take the child and put her in foster home. They have over 300,000 children in foster homes. That's what my granddaughter does. She's an advocate for the kids. And so she's gotten really negative on life. And Jordan says, well, we can't do that. We can't spank him. And the kids run all over. So I thought on it that night, and I prayed on it. And it was like, just, oh my God. Children learn in their home, their manners, their speech, how they talk. So you don't have to worry when you go out into the world. So state is stepping into your personal space and saying, hey, I'm going to take your child because you can't control him. Well, you didn't teach him. Or it's like saying the teachers, oh, he didn't teach my kid to read, so I have to, I'm not teaching him. That's the teacher's job. And it's a vicious cycle within ourselves. And it all comes back to the family unit. It all comes back to everything we grew up with and our patterns and everything.
Well, and the fact that people don't want to take responsibility for themselves.
We've had many discussions on that.
We have, and it comes back to this. It's, you want to blame the teacher. No, 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 no. You don't point your finger at others. You know, it all comes back to what you have taken responsibility for or not, and the consequences of that.
I forgot about taking responsibility. I had that really good phrase about the guy and the asphalt. You know, it's never your fault who laid the asphalt. You know, I forget what it was, but it was great because you are responsible
Right.
for you and what you create. And this is why you have to be centered. You have to be on the higher level.
And to be grateful,
Thriving.
you know, for all the lessons that you're being taught as well. All this stuff coming up, all this stuff that, you know, is confronting people. Instead of reacting, which is another thing that we, you know, we do, is to pause and to take a look and say, okay, what is it that I am to learn here for me? Because that's the only person you can learn for is you. You know, what is it and how can I better that? How can I better myself? How can I improve on that? How can I release that? How, you know, and be grateful that the universe is so loving that it's going to continue to show you.
It doesn't stop. It'll just go away and it'll come right back.
What it is you need to keep working on. The universe is like, I love you so much. Here's another lesson.
Uh-huh. Well, see, that's what I think about my mother-in-law. And I forgot what I was doing, but I was meditating on it. And I was doing a class with Rebecca and the rose. And oh my God, I asked what to do. And it said, be love, show love, and you are love.
Oh.
And I thought, and I wrote that to her and I said, I have problems with taking care of my mother-in-law. And because I took it personally, she's interfering, I can't do this, I can't do that. But no, just be love. And it's funny because when I get up in the morning and say good morning to her and get her breakfast, if I'm upbeat, she senses that and she's upbeat all day. If I'm woke up because she got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm a grouch. And so my message was be love. Take the fear away and be grateful you have this time with her. Be grateful for all she's given to you and all the time she's been with us, because she's take care of my dog when we take on vacations. She'd clean my house for me. I mean, she'd do my wash when I was working. I mean, she's just, or make meals for us. So when we got home from work. So there's so much to be grateful for. This poor woman now who is in the declining years and can't remember anything. And it made me realize, be the love. Be grateful for what you've been given instead of bitching and moaning and complaining about it.
Right.
Just wanting it to go away. The universe will take it away when it's time.
Right. That's beautiful. That is. And you know what? To be grateful for all she's done for you and for the opportunity to give back.
To serve.
Give back to her and to serve. And so that's wonderful. That's beautiful. I love that. I do. I think that's great.
There's a lot to be grateful for.
There is.
We take.
Yes. Absolutely.
My grandfather always used to say every morning, thank you, God, I woke up on the right side of the grass.
That's a good one.
And I always remember that. And I thought, oh, I'm thankful for another day. Just physical things I can see, hear, touch, and smell. And then I go out to my critters.
Yeah, I do that too. I wake up and it's like, thank you for another day and letting me be a part of it.
Yes.
You know, and then go outside and, you know, water plants and feel that the here in the northern hemisphere here, the autumn is on its way, and I felt that shift
Yes.
in the energy, and so I was like grateful for that. It's like, okay, thank you so much.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah. You've had some really hot days. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. But yeah, to be grateful for even that as well.
Yeah,
So
and we're grateful to the bottom of our feet.
absolutely. I am grateful, and I am grateful for you.
I'm grateful for our little Rev Talk.
Absolutely. I'm so glad. And I guess with that, I'm complete. How about you?
I am complete.
So we are both grateful to have everybody who has watched us and stuck with us, and thank you so much. Remember to be gentle with yourself and to be kind to yourself, and also to know that you are unique in all the universe. There will never be another just like you in all of space and time. You are powerful, you are cherished, and you are loved. And without you, the song of the universe would be incomplete. Until next time, my friends.